Hello everybody, my name is Coolblue. I'm bringing you guys viewer playcast number 45, and I have one hold on, let me go switch mode before I forget, and I have one very important thing to share with you guys. It's a very important thing. It's a piece of code that'll save your life if you guys are ever doing anything with Visual Basic and whatnot. And oh my gosh, darn it, I hate this new, I haven't adjusted my overlay as you guys can already see. Let me go ahead and hide that. But, yeah, here we go. Alright, so it's, what is it, if me dot, hold on. Dirty. So if me dot dirty, then me dot dirty equals false. Okay, so that's fail. Coolblue fails. Who'da thought? Who'da thunk? That's a very useful piece of code if you guys are ever doing anything with Access or Visual Basic or any all that stuff. It's very fun. It's very cool stuff, and it basically just saves whatever you typed in, and it saves your life. It saved my life today. Don't ask how, but it just saved my life today, and I'll be able to do some awesome, cool things because of that. But anyway, enough about me and my shenanigans and all this coding crap that you guys don't care about. We are jumping ourselves into a viewer replay cast. As we obviously can see, one side is extremely stacked. This might be one-sided. I'm gonna go ahead and say that like right out the back. I'm not saying that team probably won. I'm just saying that. I mean, that's like 4 people in the stack. That's probably not fair. That's probably not fair. And we got randoms all around. Oh my gosh, we got a random Venomancer, we got a random Juggernaut. Sweet, so we might be seeing some cool things happen around the map. But anyway, as always with the viewer replay cast, I'm not going to tell you guys who sends it in until the very end, because that'll be no fun for you guys. That'll be spoilers all around. And this actually might be a team game, which will actually be really interesting. I can't really tell from my point of view, but if this is a team game, I'll be extremely excited about that. But like, yes, team game. We get to see team games with like a viewer with a team and then another viewer versus a team. It was some cool stuff going on. But nonetheless, I am seeing some interesting picks already. I see a Weaver and I also see a Slark on the same team. That's going to be hell for the dire side. I can say that much right now. I can already tell you guys that much right now. So let me go ahead and bring up the last into the night so you guys can see that. And no team is fully picked up just yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait for a few more moments for them to get picked up. And then I'll do my introductions as I normally do on this show of Coolblue and his Dota casting and whatnot. And that makes me a very sad panda to see my overlay. Like, it needs updating because this is unacceptable. That is unacceptable, guys. You guys should not be able to see that bar at all. I must deny all vision possible. Anyway, enough of me ranting. Let me go ahead and do introductions. Start on the rating side since they're all picked up. Start off with this Weaver. We see Victory. It's like victory, but victory. I guess it's the British version of it. I wouldn't know. I'm American. Who'd have thought? Moving on to Faceless, we see +5, -5, so he's obviously 0. That's right, that's super 0 on that Faceless Void. Moving over to the Slark, we see Barbara. Wow, okay, I couldn't pronounce that. On that Slark. And speaking of things I can't pronounce, we have this Gyrocopter with some name that looks like, I see Russian-esque characters, because I see that little A thing, and I think that's a Russian character. I'm not sure. But if I had to guess what this said, I would say, excuse me, I would say it says, Benethin Resort. And I'm probably completely wrong. There's some different syllables I know on the Russian language, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that one on Prophet. So, Prophet, your name, we see it. Whoever can read that, just like type it in chat, whatever, or type it in the comments, whatever translation that translates to. I actually have a friend I might just send that to and just say, hey, translate this, bro. And he might say no, just because I'm Russian, I can translate everything you think. And he said, I'll say yeah, probably. So, continuing introduction, continuing with the Dire, we see all this Spearbird, we see DF Moo. So he's playing a cow, so that's obviously very relevant for him to have that name. Moving on mid, we see a double mid. Actually no. Wait, is Veno rotating top? Nope, we're gonna be seeing double mid. Okay, this will be interesting. We see DF Citizen Snips 4 on that puck. Nope. Okay, Veno is rotating top. Now we see DF Venomancer on that Venomancer. And last but not least for the DF squad, that is. Of course, we still got Juggernaut left. Actually, I'm going to do Juggernaut first. On this Juggernaut, we see Pondo on the Juggernaut. And last but not least for that DF squad, the people who are obviously stacked, unless they just so happen to randomly all join together in the same game, we see DF Pudge Fragrance Perfume. Or Perfume. I'm not sure if that's how you spell perfume, but it looks like that's how you spell perfume, so whatever. So Venomancer, Spirit Breaker up top. I think Weaver's going to be having a fun time up top. He could just Sakuchi away. There's nothing these guys can actually do to actually stop him. Which is why Weaver makes a very good suicide lane. Until they get some form of Sentry, some form of Detection, they can just, Weaver can just happily farm away. And then throw Sakuchi, throw some harassment damage on top of him. But he needs to be a little bit careful about that because, one, his mana pool is not all that huge at the very beginning. Like, he has no Sakuchi right now, so he might be going down. If Spirit Breaker decides to charge, they could actually go in for a kill. Weaver will have mana a long time. That's when he'll have mana. But that's what I was just about to say. Weaver's going to be having a fun time until he runs out of mana for Sakuchi. He needs to be a little bit careful about that. Also needs to be careful about pushing his lane. Gyrocopter pops his Rocket Barrage, which he actually put 2 points in. From what I've seen, and usually what you see is a carry Gyrocopter, you don't see like a mid Gyrocopter or anything. But from what I've seen, Gyrocopters typically only get 1 point in the Rocket Barrage because it does so much damage. But then afterwards they put, I don't know, stats in Flat Cannon. Who really knows? I don't play Gyrocopter too much to actually be a very absolute advocate on what he should go. But I'm just letting you guys know, 2 points of Rocket Barrage. I guess it does more damage, so that'd be an additional 40. That's 40 additional 40 damage on top of that. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Additional 4 times 10 rockets per second. Hold on. 10 rockets per second. It lasts for 3 seconds. So it's 30 rockets. I think. Yeah, that's 30 rockets. And wrong spell. 30 rockets times 4. So whatever that number is. That's how much extra damage it does. And Puck's actually going to be coming around. Puck can have a lot of fun in mid lane versus a Gyrocopter, I think. She can basically Eternal Jaunt whenever she wants to. Or, sorry, Phase Shift whenever she wants to. And she can actually use her Eternal Jaunt to actually push and farm if she really needs to. I don't think she'll actually be needing all that much. But Shadow Fiend actually has 2 points in his presence of Dark Lord, so these guys are going for a negative armor build. As you see, Faceless Void has himself negative. How much armor? I can't see. He walked away. But whenever Shadow Fiend's around, that basically this isn't. Once again, it all comes down to how you want to look at your lanes. With Weaver popping his Sakuchi a whole bunch up top, he's pushing his lane by doing extra damage to the creeps. With Shadow Fiend having his presence on the Dark Lord up so early, which you usually don't see all that early. You don't see Shadow Fiends get this until like very late. What this basically does is this pushes his lane as well because those creeps have less armor on the enemy side, so they're going to be down a little bit faster whenever Shadow Fiend's around. And as you guys can see, that aura is actually pretty darn huge. So this creep wave has, for the most part, been staying right on up here. And now Slark is hit with that Presence Dark Lord. It does help his damage up a little bit, but not all that much since at the early stages you don't have all that much armor anyway. I mean, -4 armor, yeah, sure, you're taking an extra, what was that, 6% damage times 4. So, it's still not all that much because Shadow Fiend only hits for 61 at this point in time. And, I mean, it's not all that impressive. So my Puck is going to go ahead and rotate down bottom. She has herself an Invis Rune in the bottle. And she's going to be going for it. She doesn't have her ulti just yet though, but she's going to go ahead and pop her Invis Rune. I think, yeah, Faceless Void should have been able to see her. She popped it a little bit late. Faceless Void will just be hanging around the backside, just collecting as much XP as possible. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter is going to continue pushing mid. He did go for either bottle first or boost first. Either way, I don't agree with the initial build. Gyrocopter, he's relatively survivable versus a Puck if he just plays very careful in that mid lane, and he doesn't necessarily need a boost or bottle that fast. Anyway, Faceless Void will be getting engaged upon by these guys. That's not a kill. He can actually time walk. He actually saves his time walk, which I actually think is a really nice thing. He is going to go for what will look to be a Hand of Midas or potentially go for a Treads first. Probably Hand of Midas, more likely Hand of Midas. Moving on to his top lane, we see Weaver has himself a Ring of Health already, and that's his only item. Oh man, I don't understand why people like this build. It's a very bad build. It's a very bad build. I'll talk about it in a few seconds as I lament over the fact that I missed the first blood. Faceless Void did go down to the Puck. These guys just dove right on in. Puck, Juggernaut, and Shadow Fiend just went straight on in and just killed the Puck to death. I mean, I suppose that's what you do when you kill people. But anyway, moving on to Weaver. Weaver has a Ring of Health and only a Ring of Health, and that is not an efficient build by any stretch of the word. Basically, that thing costs 875 gold if I'm not mistaken, and it gives you 5 regen per second. So let's look at it this way. For every second that Weaver's at full HP, is not doing him jack squat. Right now, Weaver has 875 gold invested in something that's not going to help him out until probably late mid game, or sorry, mid-late, the later part of the mid game. Instead of having this, what Weaver could go for instead is he could go for some form of stats. He could go for a magic wand. He could go for just a ring of health and build into tranquil boots if he really wants that regen. But typically you see Weavers, well, typically I see Weavers build those glass cannon type builds, so they usually don't go for any regen at all. They just go for stats, straight up stats, because stats are great. If you can survive the initial burst, you can just time lapse away anyway. So Weaver having that ring of health is not going to be helping out all that much. Although Weaver doesn't necessarily need boots, I think I would prefer to see boots plus other items instead of just a flat ring of health. Like rushing for that ring of health is generally never a good idea. Because as you guys see, Weaver has 0 mana regeneration right now. I'm sorry, 0.9. That's more correct, more politically correct. 0.9 mana regeneration. What Weaver could have instead is he could have a ring of Aquila and he could have a ring of health. And what would that get? Oh man, we see a kill down bottom, Slark going down pretty darn easy. Face Void taking a crap ton of damage from that Shadow Fiend. That presence of the Dark Lord actually really helping out in his damage output. I still don't think that's one of the things you want to go for first. I mean, his raises will probably do a lot more work than just do auto attacks, in my personal opinion. I mean, what is Shadow Fiend doing with his mana anyway? He's doing absolutely nothing. That is right, guys. Absolutely nothing with his mana right now. So he could have a max raises by now, or 3 points in raises by now. Maybe he can't name his raises. Who knows? Anyway, Gyrocopter comes down bottom, throws out his ulti, catching out 2. He's going to be able to get the skill on top of Juggernaut with just flat out auto attacks. Juggernaut's going to go ahead and spin. Spin doesn't protect you from damage. Here comes the Prophet TPing down from the middle of the jungle, and then Shadow Fiend going down. Double kill for Gyrocopter. That's really what he wants. Face boots and a bottle is all he has to his name, but that's all he'll need for this point in time. He might be going for the Ring of Aquila next, or he might just be dying to creeps. Nah, he ain't going to die from the creeps. He ain't going to die from the creeps, guys. Not just yet. Not just yet. And Weaver right now sitting on nothing right now. I think he's going straight up for the Perseverance first, which is absolutely horrid. As the transition between, like, okay, hold on. Basically, what Weaver's doing, Weaver's rushing for his Lincoln Sphere, which is horrible because I mean, there's so many abilities that can just go through Lincoln Sphere. Slark has one ability that goes through Lincoln Sphere. Venomancer, I think his Venomous Gale goes through Lincoln Sphere. Juggernaut, his ulti goes through Lincoln Sphere. Shadow Fiend. Nah, he doesn't have anything. Spearbreaker, his charge goes to Lincoln Sphere, and that's probably the biggest thing to point out. Prophet has his hand in minus. He will be going out to Juggernaut. Just one jump on the ulti. He could have just actually ran up and killed him anyway. And then saved the rest of his mana for something else. Slark's going to be leaping away. Slark can actually just man up and just go for the kill. But Juggernaut just going to shoot him off away for now with that green sword of his. That is a lightsaber, guys. Now, that's a relic blade of the Curious. That's exactly what it said to me, guys. Look at that. That's exactly what it says. It's the Curious. No offense to the language that it comes from, but I cannot pronounce that. Yes, Weaver did in fact build that Perseverance first, which I think is, like I said, absolutely horrible. He could have went for the Ring of Aquila if he really wants to go for damage. He's actually going to get charged by Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker needs to go ahead and pop that ulti so he can keep Weaver stuck inside, and there's Weaver going down. No ulti for you, Weaver. No ulti for you. As you guys can see, Weaver can survive, or can't survive the initial burst, essentially. Between the charge and between the ulti from Spearbreaker, Weaver should be able to survive that just long enough to actually have enough, or just long enough to be able to pop his ulti. If he were to have a Ring of Aquila, that would be some extra stats and HP, that would be some extra stats and damage. Hold on, we see engagement happening down bottom. Shadow Fiend will be going down to the Gyrocopter. Only 4 souls inside his backpack. So that was not a lot of damage. Actually, Gyrocopter didn't get hit at all by that after ulti from Shadow Fiend. And yes, continue my rant on Weaver. So he has a Perseverance, which gives him some not even decent regen at this point in time. I mean, like, okay, I'll put it like this. The best math that I always refer to whenever I'm talking about regeneration, or whenever regeneration is brought up, is Basilius versus Sage's math. So the question, hold on, we see engagement happening on bottom. We see Juggernaut spinning around on top of some creeps. He's gonna go ahead and take a whole bunch of damage. He has no mana for ulti. He needs to go ahead and back up now. His ulti is actually on cooldown. If Slark can get a leash, that's a dead Juggernaut. He gets a leash, and that's a dead Juggernaut. Here's Gyrocopter coming around the side. Gyrocopter's gonna do what? He's gonna go ahead and pop his rocket barrage and hit nothing but creeps, and Juggernaut will be able to make it out alive, surprisingly. He's getting chased, and there he goes. He finally goes down. He finally goes down. Sorry, the rocket finally goes down. I'm trying to like throw some knowledge bombs on you guys without missing anything. But we see Spirit Breaker charging the Face of Void. Face of Void might be in a little bit of trouble. He can't turn around pop his ulti, but Spirit Breaker is charging him. He's actually gonna go stand still. Puck getting a little bit overzealous with her Spirit Dream Coil. Face of Void feels he has his ulti. If he pops right now, he will be able to get that. No, he's not gonna be able to get that. Spirit Breaker gets the ulti off, and there's Face of Void going down pretty darn easy. Honestly, Puck didn't really have to pop her ulti because Face of Void has his ulti up. He was confident. He was feeling cocky about going for the kill. And Puck is just backed up, just do a little bit of attack and wait for Spirit Breaker. And then Eternal jaunted in and silenced the Face of Void right there. Continue my rant on Weaver because I always do this. I always spend a lot of time talking about one thing and not focused on anything else. So we see Ring of Facilities versus Sage's Mask. So when should you go for one and when should you go for the other? The basic rule to follow is if you have intelligence above 32. If your intelligence is above 32, then going for the Sage's Mask is the more efficient thing to do. If you have intelligence below 32, then going for the Ring of Basilius will give you more mana regeneration. The basic reason for that is because when you multiply the numbers, the intelligence matches up to, what is that, 0.65, which is actually something horrible. 0.65 regeneration of Basilius. Yeah, 0.65 regeneration of Basilius, and if you have a Sage's Mask and you have 50% mana regeneration and you have 32 intelligence points, and that somehow matches up to 0.65. I can actually do the raw math later, but just trust me on that. Just trust me on that. That is when it's more efficient to go for one over the other. So if you have less than that intelligence, i.e. Weaver right now, he has 29 intelligence as opposed to 32. If you have less than that intelligence, you might as well go for the Basilius. So Weaver's gonna go ahead and come back in. Oh man, Weaver making horrible choices right now. He goes down pretty darn easy. Weaver just playing a little bit lost. I'll put it that way, a little bit lost. He was in the wrong neck of the woods for a little bit too long. I'm pretty sure he thought he could pop his ulti, but yeah, that Spirit Breaker, he can just perma bash him, or bash him long enough to actually go for the kill. Puck's gonna go around the corner, throw out her abilities. She's out of mana. No, she actually has enough mana for Dream Coil. She's not gonna go for it though. They decided not to go for it. That could have potentially been a good fight for them. Gyrocopter would have popped his ulti, yeah. Slark would have popped his ulti too. But you have Shadow Fiend, you also have Juggernaut here to follow up. Juggernaut could have got a few jumps off the top of them, and possibly got a kill on top of Prophet at least. He can actually turn around right now, yeah, I was about to say, he can turn around right now and go on top of Prophet. He is going to turn around, go from Prophet, he's going to turn around, go on top of Slark as well. Slark, triple kill for Juggernaut. Juggernaut feeling like a boss. Juggernaut, you sexy boss, you. And he's actually going for a Vladimir's Offering. He's going for a more mid-game oriented type build. Typically, I would say, Vladimir's Offering build. But Vladimir's Offering, ever since I realized that Vladimir's Offering gives you a 15% increase in damage, I'd be like, oh man, Vladimir's Offering all the way. So he is going for the Vladimir's Offering. He has it up right now, actually, if he actually goes and buys it, which he's not going to go ahead and buy it. He has his Morbid Mask, he has all the other pieces, he has 1,000 gold, so I don't know what he's waiting for. Meanwhile, we got Weaver just hanging out on top of Venomancer. Venomancer throws out the Venomous Gale. There's a Prophet ulti bouncing all around. Prophet can actually TP up top and go for a quick kill on top of this Venomancer. Actually, Venomancer might be going down soon. The Sentry Ward does go down, and Weaver drops a Sentry Ward of his own to kill the Sentry Ward that was about to die anyway. Here's Prophet TPing up top, just trying to go for the kill. Spirit Breaker is charging him. Spirit Breaker is not going to be able to make it in time. That Venomancer will be going down, or will he? He can actually turn around, throw out a Venomous Gale, and possibly kill the Prophet. But Prophet will be taking a crap ton of damage if Spirit Breaker can't line it up. He will be able to get that line up. He might be going for his ulti as well. He can just go for the auto attacks. He goes for the auto attacks as instead. Very, very wise choice. Meanwhile, we see Weaver doing a little bit of dive. Venomancer not actually going down. I thought he would be going down. Puck needs to go ahead and throw a silence. I don't know why her silence is on cooldown. And her Dream Coil will be back up in few seconds. Spirit Breaker charge will be back up in 4 seconds as well. So it's battle of seconds. Puck trying to see if she can get a quick kill on top of this Weaver. And Weaver is going to be able to make it out alive, but the tower doesn't look long for life. Meanwhile, mid, we see Shadow Fiend has his Ring of Aquila. He's going to go ahead and eat a stun from Gyrocopter and eat all Gurns as well. Here we go down. And Slark is going to be able to KS the crap out of that. Meanwhile, Slark is getting charged by Spirit Breaker. He needs to go ahead and pop his ulti now so he can heal on up. Because the Spirit Breaker makes it to him, I don't think he'll be able to react fast enough, especially not from what I've been seeing in his reactions. He will be getting chased, and there we go. The damage does go through. He could have just popped his ulti just to go invis. He would have got stunned, but he wouldn't have felt the damage. Gyrocopter's right around the corner. Sorry, I said it backwards. He would have got stunned, he would have felt the damage, but he wouldn't have, or Spirit Breaker wouldn't have been able to follow up. That's what I meant to say. That's totally what I meant to say. Yep. That's totally what I meant to say. Gyrocopter's going for a Shadow Blade. Cool. Dire's bottom tower does go down. Prophet still pushing like a boss. Prophet, at the end of the day, Prophet is still a Prophet. And Juggernaut is going to be chasing the Prophet. His ulti's up, and he's going to actually Prophet's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to try to TP away. He gets stunned up by the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker getting himself a free kill. Early Mask and Madness, and I think he's going for straight up Chrysalis, which I really hope he doesn't. I think Spirit Breaker needs a little bit more survivability, or maybe a little bit more reliable form of survivability before he goes for that. But he is saving up quite a bit of gold. It's not too easy to tell what he's going for right now. The courier on the side of the Radiant is still walking. Oh geez, these guys are probably feeling very sad. Puck is around the corner. Puck is going to go ahead and jump in and throw her ulti. No charge from Spirit Breaker just yet. Nope. Never mind. No ulti from Puck either. Totally miscalled that. But let me take a quick flash look at the items. So you see that nobody has anything really. Two Hand of Midas Eye, a Hand of Midas Eye on the side. Oh, Faceless Void. I think Faceless Void building a straight up Maelstrom. I would prefer to see a Yasha. Of course, Cool Blue would prefer to see the exact opposite of what you're building. No, he is going for his treads. He did build his Glove of Haste first, so totally miscalled that. Sorry about that. As always, if Cool Blue calls something right, guys, you know something's wrong. You know something's wrong. I'm just letting you guys know. Just letting you guys know. And we see Puck throwing out her orb. I want to say ult, but throwing out her orb, just doing a little bit of harassment damage to everybody. I think that's quite a bit of damage. I think it's at level 3 only. It does okay. Now it's at level 4. It does 280 damage, and a nice little AOE, a sizable AOE.
Top tower is under attack.
And Puck actually out of mana. She needs to go ahead and find herself a rune. We might be seeing a team fight happen mid as well. The Prophet ulti bouncing out everywhere. Spirit Breaker getting hit with it as well. And everybody backing on up. Shadow Fiend does have the Ring of Aquila, so that's really nice for the region of everybody. But I mean, I don't think these guys will be able to hold into his tower. Meanwhile, we see Prophet taking crap to the damage. He might be going down. Venomancer might be able to get the last hit on top of him. He does. Prophet does go down to the poison, but Prophet was able to use his ulti or Hand of Midas before. Meanwhile, we see a big team fight happening mid. We got Puck with a beautiful orb on top of everybody. Gyrocopter throws the ulti, misses everybody because everybody Delta splits like a boss. Spirit Breaker running away while he can. He doesn't want to take any more damage, and there was a Weaver and a Faceless Void that went down in that fight. Let me make sure I call that right. Yes, Weaver and Faceless Void went down in the fight. Shadow Fiend was going to be getting hit with a stun. And here's Juggernaut. He has his ulti up, so he can just turn around and go for a kill on top of Slark. There's no creeps around just yet. Nope, he wasn't able to get there in time. And that is a level 2 ulti, so that's, what is that, 6 bounces? That is 6 bounces. Which is a significant increase, especially considering the fact that Juggernaut is building up a Yasha. He has damage, and he also has an increase in damage with that extra 15% bonus damage. So if he catches anybody, like, he can actually go on Faceless Void right now. Not too many TPs in, not enough support behind them. Puck's ulti's down, and the mid tower's down. So yeah, very safe thing to do. Venomancer has himself arcane boots. He's and a Hand of Midas. So everybody's building a Hand of Midas on the side of the Dire. Oh, sorry, everybody's building a Hand of Midas flat out. Not just on the side of the Dire. There's 2 Hand of Midas on the side of the Radiant. There's 1 Hand of Midas on the side of the Dire, and that's actually a really nice point to bring up. The fact that the Radiant have two people with Hand of Midas on them, that basically tells the tale that they're going to be a little bit behind in the mid game. They're not going to have that big of a mid game presence, because a Hand of Midas sets you back 1,900 gold, which is a significant amount of golds. That's essentially what is that? I think it's more than power treads. That is more than power treads. That sets you back a whole entire power treads plus. So 2 people on their team had that, and I think it's Faceless Void, not so much important mid-game person, but the other person, who was it? The other person, Prophet. Okay, Prophet builds as well. So 2 people have it. It's going to set them back in their presence, but Prophet, he can make up for it by TPing around everywhere. Faceless Void, he can make it up by just farming like a madman and not dying, which he has been failing at a little bit, because he has died 3 times so far. You know what? I'm going to be the first one to say that I think Faceless Void, if I ever see a Faceless Void build a Shadow Blade, I think I'll be like a fan of that person forever. I wouldn't recommend it, because it sounds like a horrible idea, because like you pop your Shadow Blade, you throw your ulti, and then what? Actually, I hear Faceless Void ulti's going amazing. They're going for a kill on top of that Juggernaut. That's a free kill on top of them. Meanwhile, Spirit Breaker is going to go for a kill on top of Prophet. Prophet does go down. Pretty nice combination coming off of Spirit Breaker. Well played, well played. He is going for Aghanim Scepter first, which I can't be mad at. I mean, with him getting all the kills that he's got, he can go for whatever he wants. He can go for a Dagon for all I care. Spirit Breaker's playing really well. He has 8 kills right now. He needs to make sure he capitalizes on it, though. He needs to make sure he builds items that will make him really effective in the mid to late game. Of course, the mid game is Spirit Breaker's stomping ground, so this is where he'll start dominating. Is like just charging all around the map, getting as many kills as possible, which he has been doing so far. But when it comes to the late game, Spirit Breaker just kind of gets singled out because people have BKBs, and yeah, sure, he can still bash him. Hold on, we see Gyrocopter taking damage. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Spirit Breaker can bash him, and sure, Spirit Breaker can pop his own BKB and possibly go for a kill on top of this and that. But at the end of the day, Spirit Breaker, people just ignore him because he doesn't do enough damage to actually justify focusing him. He's just there to bash people. And if you can get some really good lockdown on your carry, then yeah, that can become a problem, but it's usually never really a problem. But if Spirit Breaker decides to build those items like an AC or decides to build stuff Aghanim Scepter, which I actually really do like, he can make himself that much more effective in those team fights. Prophet's getting charged. Prophet trying to jungle inside the enemy jungle when everybody's there. I'm not too sure what he was thinking. Maybe he was thinking he can go for a few quick creep steals and then TP out, but yeah, he overstayed his welcome. Definitely overstayed his welcome. I think he should have left out as soon as he saw the first person come out there. Meanwhile, Juggernaut got himself a kill on top of somebody, on top of Slark. Free kill for him. Gyrocopter got himself a Shadow Blade. He's going for the Helmet of Dominator right up next. Continue on with the items. See Weaver still trying to build that Lincoln Sphere. Oh man, Weaver just build a Ring of Aquila and call it a day. He's probably really poor. He's gonna go ahead and pop his whatchamacallit. There's a Regen Rune here. Spirit Breaker probably gonna be the one to pick that up. Weaver's out of mana. Regen Rune picked up by by Shadow Fiend, and now Weaver's out of mana. Spirit Breaker ulti coming from long range, able to catch that Weaver off top of that, and there's the ulti coming up for Faceless Void. The ulti coming from Gyrocopter as well. Everybody's going to be taking all that damage. Faceless Void not doing nearly enough damage to actually do much. Spirit Breaker might be going down because of Prophet, but that's really about it. Prophet can't even do enough damage to actually get the kill. Spirit Breaker will be able to charge in a few seconds. Faceless Void gets a time lock. Another lucky time lock and no extra damage to follow up. Spirit Breaker able to make it out alive because his allies killed him fast enough. Meanwhile, we see everybody just dying all around the map. Gyrocopter going down to Puck. And we see Faceless Void and Venomancer able to save off that, save Spirit Breaker. We saw that already. So Spirit Breaker just being survivable, just show you guys how good stats are. And also notice, one thing is really nice to point out, a lot of players, or I know me personally, if I was in a situation like, oh crap, I need to hurry up and get out, I would have popped that Mask of Madness. And popping that Mask of Madness would have been the worst thing you could have possibly done, because that's an additional 30% incoming damage that you're going to take. And if you look at how much HP Spirit Breaker had left, which is like maybe 50, 60, 70, maybe 100 if he's lucky. If he would not have the extra 30% that he wouldn't have had if he would have popped his Mask of Madness, then he would have definitely went down. So kudos to Spirit Breaker for just not panicking, being cool, just hanging out for a little bit. It's not the end of the world. And there's an Aghanim Scepter up on Spirit Breaker, so he'll be able to have that giant AoE around his ulti, which is actually really nice because his bash is maxed right now. And he's going to be charging somebody. He's charging mid, he's charging a Gyrocopter who has popped a Shadow Blade, which might prove to bite him in the butt a little bit later. Juggernaut's going to come in and pop his ulti on top of a few creeps on top of Weaver as well. He's going to go and pop his spin as well. Juggernaut's here. No, Juggernaut's here. Spirit Breaker's here. He's going to... Spirit Breaker can't find his ulti on top of a lone Weaver. Gets a kill on top of Weaver. And gets a double kill. Follows up with a kill on top of Slark. His Juggernaut getting body blocked by Spirit Breaker. These guys weren't able to move around.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And really, it's getting to the point where Spirit Breaker's effectiveness is going to start to fall off a little bit, but with the Aghanim Scepter, he's going to make himself extremely more relevant. And considering the fact that the levels, if we look at the levels, I'm pretty sure that, hold on, we got Faceless Void farming in the jungle, Spirit Breaker does find him out, and his ulti's cooldown, that's another thing to point out. Ulti cooldown for Spirit Breaker when he has Aghanim Scepter is 20 seconds. He's actually going to have to use it right now. He's going to charge instead. I thought he might have popped it just to make sure that Faceless Void didn't throw out his Chrono Spirit Breaker. Faceless Void decided to try to run, and Spirit Breaker ran him down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, middle tower for Radiant does go down. Dire able to push the crap out of that. Juggernaut building himself a Sanj and Yasha as opposed to Manta style or Heaven's Halberd. Or sorry, as opposed to just a Manta style. He can transition to a Manta style Heaven's Halberd later, but it's going to be a little bit delayed, a teeny bit delayed. Juggernaut eating all the damage coming out from Gyrocopter. He's like, Gyrocopter, bro, you do no damage to me. And Venomancer with a beautiful ulti catching out everybody. I think Gyrocopter will be going down. He does have Orb of Venom stack on top of him, and he also has that Poison Sting stack on top of him. Spirit Breaker come from the middle of nowhere, throwing his charge, throwing his ulti. He's going for MKB as well to follow up with his damage. So really, really nice item choices coming from Spirit Breaker. The early Mask of Madness did pay off because he did get it early enough to just be that much more effective. I want to say Spirit Breaker had that Mask of Madness at about maybe the 15-minute mark. Prophet might be getting, Prophet will be able to get himself a free kill on top of his Venomancer, but he will be going out in his he will be going down at the end of that
Dyer's top tower
for his
is
efforts.
under attack.
So he got 400 gold, he
Radiant's
lost
bottom tower is
300
under
gold.
attack.
That's a 100 gold game, but he's still dead. That's the thing, he's still dead. Puck trying to push his bottom tower as hard as he possibly can. There's somebody coming in. Faceless comes in. He's popped his own Mask of Madness, and Puck might be going down. Puck is going to go ahead and Illusionary Orb. Jaunt away. And Spirit Breaker's charging the Faceless, and that Faceless is dead. As dead as you can ever see a dead person. He's going to get bashed as well. And Puck survives. Spirit Breaker really nice with his charges. Puck really nice with her patience on her abilities. And the phase shift is max as well. Phase shift lasts for 3.25 seconds and it costs no mana at all. I think it's freaking ridiculous.
Radiant's
Bottom tower does get denied, and I was trying to take a look at the levels, but things happen. So hero levels, as you can, oh my gosh, as you guys can see, all of the Dire are ahead of the Radiant by at least 2 levels. At least 2 levels. Even Venomancer, who's playing the support with air quotes, because he's not really playing support, he has a hand of Midas. Even the Venomancer, he is 2 levels above the carry, who's supposed to be either Gyrocopter, Faceless Boy, or Prophet. And Slark was never able to actually hit his stride. I think Slark is trying to go for a Scotty first, which I really dislike. I hate when I see this build. It's not worth it. That's all I'd say. Spirit Breaker's gonna go ahead and throw his ult into a Prophet. Prophet going out, exploding essentially. And now Spirit Breaker's on the run. He's out of mana. He has a Mask of Madness popped, and he doesn't want to take any more damage, so he's gonna run this way towards his teammates who are running towards his way. Shadow Fiend is building himself what looks to be a Chrysalis right next. He has himself that Shadow Blade. He has a Ring of Aquila. He also has a Hyperstone, so he can attack pretty darn fast. And here's a free kill on top of his Faceless Boy. Faceless Boy can't pop his ulti, but nope, never mind. He wasn't quick enough on the trigger finger. Gyrocopter catching Venomancer, and he's also catching a Shadow Fiend instead of that call down. Spirit Breaker can actually turn around and go for the kill. If Weaver decides to continue to pursue, but Weaver does decide to run away, very smartly so. If he would have continued, he would have died. Juggernaut just derping on bottom. And we got an end please coming out from Faceless Boy. These guys don't want to fight anymore. And I think Spirit Breaker, Venomancer, and Shadow Fiend at least want to get 6 sliders, so they're probably not going to end yet.
Radiant's top tower is
That is my guess, guys. That is definitely my guess. Taking a look at the items, you can see that people are rich on the side of the Dire, people are poor on the side of the Radiant. Just to prove it, let's go ahead and look at the gold graph. As you guys can see, that the Dire have had a stranglehold on the game for like the longest of times. They haven't had a death since, what is this? What minute mark is this? I can't tell. That's not a death. That is a kill. Oh, sorry, that's a tower kill. They haven't had a death since, what was that? The post 15-minute mark essentially. So yeah, the Dire playing really well with the communication. Like I said before, this game was probably more likely going to be really one-sided because, I mean, that's four on a stack right there. I mean, come on. That's to be expected, right? So wait, Juggernaut building himself an Aghanim Scepter. I think he bought 3 pieces all at once. He's going to be having the Courier buy his last piece for him. He'll have that gold for that in probably the next creep wave or so. Meanwhile, we see the Radiant spanning out a little bit, trying to see if they can catch any farm they can. Faceless Boy has a hand of Midas. It hasn't really been paying off all that much because he's been dying quite a bit. 7 deaths on his persons right now. Meanwhile, we see Spirit Breaker and company are going to go ahead and go for Roshan. Roshan taking a crap ton of damage. He is going to be getting hit with that poisonous thing, hit with everything. That Presence of the Dark Lord, that's just helping out with all the armor reduction. And there's an Aegis for Spirit Breaker. If only Spirit Breaker has somebody to charge. If only he has someone to charge. Blink Dagger on Puck, I definitely missed that. And she's also building a Dagon as well. Aghanim Scepter is finally finished on top of that Juggernaut. So he has an Ag, so he can have infinite jumps essentially. Spirit Breaker charging top, he's not charging anybody else. And whoever that is top needs to go ahead and back away. That is a Prophet. Prophet can pop a Shadow Blade, but I don't think he'll be able to pop it fast enough, especially now with Spirit Breaker running that fast. And then Spirit Breaker charging right on in, throws out the ulti as well. Make sure Prophet can't do anything. Okay, Prophet's able to do something. And now Prophet will be TPing away. And Puck trying to throw a silence. Trying to see if she can find herself a Prophet who they assume probably ran away, but he didn't. I think Spirit Breaker just needs to like go ahead and spin the gold and buy himself a whoa. We got a Venomancer. We got a Shadow Fiend going down to the Nature's Prophet. Really, to the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet popped his ulti. But Faceless Boy did pop his ulti to actually catch that kill. And we got Slark catching somebody. Who did he catch? He caught himself a Juggernaut. He'll be going down in a man fight. Nope. No, come on, Juggernaut, you can do it. Don't make me look wrong. He's moving as fast as he possibly can. Slark will be able to leap in a few seconds, so he'll be out there alive. Meanwhile, we see, I was trying to go over there. Meanwhile, we see Weaver just getting laid out flat on the ground. He's trying to go for as much damage as possible, but he has no damage at all. He has boots and a perseverance. And Weaver said, I don't think Weaver would have got that kill, even if Spirit Breaker wouldn't have showed up. He wouldn't have got that kill. Weaver doesn't do nearly enough damage. Not at this point in time. It's at the 30-minute mark, and he's only hitting for how much? He's only hitting for less than 100. He's hitting for 92. Venomancer's base damage hits more than Weaver's entire, or hits exactly for what Weaver's entire damage hits for. So we got charge getting done on top of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's going to be getting hit with that. He's going to be getting hit with the stun as well. Blinking from Puck, and a silence to follow, but she ran out of mana. Don't worry, Puck, we didn't see that. Wink, wink, we didn't see that. Prophet going to go ahead and back away. He doesn't want to be charged anymore. He can actually just keep pushing this. Shadow Fiend, actually no, he doesn't know Shadow Fiend's here. Shadow Fiend's going to go ahead and do as much damage as possible. Prophet standing still. I think he was shopping, but he's standing still for a few seconds and he goes down. He was trying to build a BKB or a or a Desolator, whichever one, or a Maelstrom. He could still build a Maelstrom. But it looks at what Puck has in her backpack. Looks like she's going for either a Lincoln Sphere or a Bloodstone. Either one would be a really nice choice to go for. Blink forward, throw out the ulti on top of Slark. Slark is caught out. And Puck is going to go ahead and go for it. There's an ulti coming out from Slark. MKB is purchased by Spirit Breaker. Finally, that thing is up. And Faceless is farming in the jungle. I think Shadow Fiend did see him, but he wants to go farm a few more souls before he goes for that kill. That's a free kill for him if he actually does find him. They're gonna go ahead and be bros and hang out for a while. Face Void not feeling very safe, and he shouldn't be feeling very safe. He needs to go ahead and have a TP already. He is building himself blades or a Chrysalis. So that'll help out on his damage, but he needs to he needs to build up his survivability. Face Void is getting charged by Spirit Breaker. He will be able to TP out in time by the looks of it. He sells something and buys it again. Oh man, he just, I don't know what he just did. Anyway, everybody's here. Suddenly 3 people from the Dire are there just to kill the Faceless Void. I don't know if Faceless Void bought and sold, but he bought and sold. It looks like he bought and sold his broadsword. Whatever. You got Juggernaut throwing his ulti. His ulti not really doing much of anything. Gyrocopter taking crap ton of damage from Juggernaut. Juggernaut can't just turn around and run away. He is slowed, but he's not slowed for too long. And here we got Spirit Breaker charging a Slark. That's a free kill for him. Ulti thrown on top of Slark. Slark does go down, explodes essentially. A few bashes here and a few bashes there, and there's a boom goes the Slark. Don't worry, Face Void, we've been there before. I haven't seen one Chrono, that's true. Anyway, Juggernaut not going for Battle Fury, so big props to Juggernaut for not going for Battle Fury. I don't understand. Actually no, hold on. I do understand this Battle Fury Juggernaut. I do understand the Battle Fury Juggernaut, but the Desolator Juggernaut is much more effective in my personal opinion, as it helps out with his ulti. Pretty much anything that helps out with his ulti is a more effective Juggernaut in my personal opinion. So Vladimir's offering that helps out with the damage, and there's a Chronosphere. There's a Chronosphere you always wanted. Venomancer's Ward just doing as much damage as possibly can. Juggernaut can turn around or do a spin in a few seconds. He's going to go ahead and spin. Not enough damage, and there's a Faceless Void going down. Gyrocopter might be going down as well. Puck going to be able, or no, Venomancer going to be able to get the kill because of that poison stack. And here's Juggernaut having a man fight with Slark. Slark goes down pretty darn easy. Weaver comes out from nowhere. Weaver will be going out soon. Double kill from Weaver. And that's essentially a team wipe. Everybody but Prophet is dead, and Prophet's trying to push his heart out, but he doesn't have that Maelstrom up, so he can't do anything. He can't do anything. He can't push fast enough, he can't push hard enough, and he's very afraid that Spirit Breaker is going to be charging. It looks like Spirit Breaker is looking for him. But yes, like I was saying about Juggernaut, essentially anything that can increase your DPS that helps out with your ulti is what I think you should build as a Juggernaut. Aghanim Scepter, yeah, sure, that's cool. Vladimir's offering, it helps out with the damage if you have damage to begin with. What's another one? Yasha. Yasha always helps out with the movement speed, also helps out with the damage. Diffusal Blade, hell, I'll say Diffusal Blade's a good one too. Pop your Diffusal Blade and just spin on top of somebody, that's a lot of damage, potentially. Face Void trying to go on top of or for the kill on top of Juggernaut. Here's the Spirit Breaker charging. Spirit Breaker charges at the perfect time, and he's going to be going right on in. He says, "Hey bro, how you have a party without me?" Throws us ulti, only able to catch one. The AoE not being all that effective because everybody's running away. They don't want to get caught in that AoE. And here's Slark. Slark's like, "Yo bro, come back." Spirit Breaker, just buy a gem. Jeez, just buy a gem. What are you saying? I think he's trying to build an AC, but just buy a gem. Your team needs a gem. If you build a gem, then that's pretty much a dead everybody. That's a dead Gyrocopter, that's a dead Prophet, that's a dead Slark. Every single time. Slark has nothing. He has a point booster and a Orb of Venom. Like I said, I think he was rushing for that Scotty. But yeah, we see that right. We see where that got him. And typically, from my experience, every time I see a Slark build Scotty first, like they build boots, power treads maybe, and then they build a straight up Scotty. they don't do anything after that point. They just do nothing because they don't have enough effectiveness. Anyway, Slark's gonna go ahead and pop his ulti, stand still for a few seconds, and Shadow Fiend went invisible. He's gonna go ahead and turn around, do as much damage as possible to his Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter able to make it out alive because he was invisible, but seriously, Spirit Breaker body Jim, you're the perfect carrier for it. I think he's going for a heart. Yeah, that's what he's going for. Venomancer has himself a Shadow Blade as well. I forgot about that. And there's a Treant, or not Treant, Nature Prophet throwing a Sprout on top of two people caught on top of that. Juggernaut ulti up in a few seconds, but he has no mana for it. He needs mana. He needs mana. He needs a lot more mana. A lot more mana is all he needs. And all the creeps are pretty much pushing in. Puck is blinking out around the side, trying to push as many towers as possible. Spirit Breaker charging on top of who is this? That is the Gyrocopter. That Gyrocopter will be going on. Nope. I think, yeah. If he would have continued to charge, the Gyrocopter would have went down. Face Void ulti coming out, so Face Void goes down to the Spirit Breaker ulti. And Slark decides to leap out. Very bad choice on his part. Puck getting stunned up, and Prophet throwing a Sprout on top of Venomancer. Venomancer just standing still for a few seconds, and that's pretty much it. Face Void feeling pretty happy about that. I'm not too sure why. And Prophet is building himself a Desolator as opposed to anything else, so he's not going for the pushing power, which I think he should be going for. But I mean, it's really too late. It's way too late right now. Puck will be getting stunned up in the trees. Spirit Breaker's right behind him. Spirit Breaker's like, bro, what happened to you? Prophet ulti bouncing around Juggernaut. He's going to push a few towers here and there. Desolator's purchased up on top of Prophet, so Prophet can do a lot of damage, but he can't take it at all. He can't take any of it. Shadow Fiend going to get stunned up right in front of the fountain of the Radiant. And the Ancient is naked, so that's pretty much a free, oh wait, no, that's game. Oh yeah, okay. I was about to say, that's a free Ancient. I thought at least one set of racks was up by now, but it wasn't. Spirit Breaker charging in. He's going to go ahead and stun up the Gyrocopter while he's there. And there's a lot of damage getting done. The Ancient does go down, and that's the end of the game. GG. GG, well played, everybody. That wasn't just Spirit Breaker, that was well played by everybody. At least Faceless Void had enough mannerism inside of him to say well played. 20-0, what? Are you kidding me? Not bad. Not bad indeed. So, this game was sent in to me by Puck. So by the Puck, so thank you Citizen 4 for sending me this game. You guys had a 4-stack. Of course you guys are going to win this one. Well, you don't always win in a stack, especially if you guys are just doing weird things like doing Divine Courage, which I definitely recommend you guys do. I will be recording a video of me doing that one day, just not anytime soon because I'm not that good yet. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for this video replay cast, and I'll see you guys whenever.